Kelly Hill Yoga, 30 Days of Yoga, Day 9. Today, we're sitting by the fire. It's nighttime. It's quiet. Well, at least it is in my house. And we're going to just focus on getting comfy and cozy. A great way to unwind at the end of the day, help you sleep better, maybe turn off some of those thoughts of what do I need to do tomorrow? How am I going to get it all done? And instead, we're going to focus on just showing some love to parts of our body that often get neglected during the day and are great to show some love to before we turn our minds and bodies off and find some sleep. So let's get started. And as you can see, today I am dressed nice and comfy and cozy. So you are more than welcome to get some cozy socks on like me, or wear your jammies and do this. Or if you sleep in your birthday suit, do this in your birthday suit. You do you, right? All right, let's get started. Nice comfy seat on our mats. Shoulders pulled down and away from the ears. Heart lifted to the sky. Head over heart. Let's just fold our hands in our laps. As we just focus on the breath, gently inhaling and exhaling, building an intention to be at ease, compassionate in these few moments we're spending together on the mat today. So soften your gaze, relax your eyebrows. Let's take one deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Beautiful. Let's inhale, arms up and overhead. Wiggle the fingers, sway side to side. Just showing some love, getting some movement. Inhaling, finding a little bit more height, maybe a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, let everything come back down. Great. Let's reset the shoulders to ensure they're pulled down and away from your ears. We're just going to take our left ear to our left shoulder. I don't think it would be possible if we took it to the right shoulder. So left ear to our left shoulder. Nice stretch in the right side of the neck. And let's just shift your chin gently down towards the earth and then up towards the sky. Just repeating this motion, maybe focusing on any undue spots of tension you might find and holding. Really pulling that right shoulder down as we do this small motion. Nice. Let's bring the neck gently back to center and take it to the right side. So really pulling that left shoulder down and away, right ear to right shoulder. And then let's start tipping the chin down and up to the sky. Once again, finding any undue tension anywhere, maybe holding or just maybe doing a little bit shorter motions wherever you find that tension. Wonderful. Gently bring the neck back to center. Let's just go through a couple of neck rolls clockwise. Just really small circles, not keeping anything too crazy. Take it the other direction. Nice. And let's tuck the chin. And we're going to rock the head side to side, almost like you're saying no with your chin tucked. Once again, if you feel any bits of resistance anywhere, places you might be holding some negative energy, trying to release that. Nice. Let's come back up, crown of the head, gently back to the sky. And we're going to keep our left foot tucked in, straighten through the right leg. We're going to shift our hips so we face our right foot. Inhale, reach our arms up, finding height. Exhale, fold forward, still reaching. And as soon as you find that bit of resistance, like you can't take it any further without bending your spine or curving in the spine, that's when you're going to bring your arms down to come into this nice stretch in our hamstring on the right side. If you want, you can wiggle your toes a little in that right foot. Keeping a nice little micro bend in your right knee. Just really gently inhaling and exhaling, keeping everything nice and soft and fluffy and cozy tonight. Nice. Let's gently rise back up. Bring your right foot in as you extend your left leg out. So coming up on our sit bones, shifting, having our hips face our left foot. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, finding length and height in your spine, then reaching for towards that left foot. And as soon as you find that bit of resistance in your spinal flexion, then bringing the hands down to either your calf, ankle, or foot. Reaching the arms out like that. And then finding that bit of resistance, just really make sure that you are hinging instead of causing any undue compression or tension in your spine. As you'll notice, the further we get into our 30 days, the core is the baseline for a lot of yoga poses. Even in things like Tadasana, that length, or mountain pose, that length through the crown of the head all the way through the tailbone. It's important to keep that integrity throughout your practice. Nice. Let's gently rise back up. Bring the left foot in to meet the sole of the right in this butterfly pose. Shifting your glutes a little bit if you have to ensure that you're up on your sit bones. And it doesn't matter, you can choose to have your heels extremely close to you and shifting forward a little. Or if you'd like, you can have your feet nice and far out in front of you and then find your forward fold. Just whatever you want to do tonight, wherever you want to be. Just keeping it, like I said, fluffy and nice and cozy. We'll think pillows and fuzzy blankets, puppies. I mean, who doesn't want to sit in a cozy blanket next to a fire, right? Just really keeping everything soft. Nice. Let's slowly come back up. And we are going to come into the tabletop. I'm going to show a little love to our wrists. So knees under hips. Let's turn our wrists so our fingers are facing our kneecaps, almost in this opposite motion from what we normally do in tabletop. And if this is enough for you right here, that's great. But if you'd like and feel like you want to add a little bit more and build, let's shift the hips back, ensuring those wrists are still grounded. It's like the one area of our body that really gets neglected sometimes, especially in this digital world with texting and messaging, typing on our computers. Just really showing some love to our wrists right now. Nice. Let's come back slowly and gently unravel the wrists. And we will take, and I'll show you with my left hand first. We're going to take the top of the hand and place it on your mat. Your right hand will remain the same, just so we're not causing any undue stress. And just getting a nice stretch on that top side of the wrist. Nice. Let's gently unravel that left wrist. Roll it a few times. Wiggle your fingers. And then we're going to do the same to our right hand. So keeping our left hand, the palm on our mat. Then we're going to take the top of the right hand onto the mat to get a stretch on the top side of the wrist and hand. And you might notice a difference. One hand might have a little bit more wrist mobility than the other, and that's okay. Gently release that right hand, roll the wrist a few times, wiggling the fingers, just kind of releasing some of that tension that we just built up. Nice. Let's just do a couple of hip circles. So keeping a bend in the left knee. Let's just do a couple of circles. Maintaining stability in the right side. So we're going clockwise. Ensuring that that low back is staying as level and parallel to the ground as possible. Let's switch directions. Nice. Let's take it to the other side. Hip circles with your right leg. So right knee bent, foot flexed, low back parallel to the ground as much as possible, trying to make sure that this motion is truly just coming from the hip and not your spine. Switch directions. And like I talked about earlier with your wrists, you might have one hip that has a little bit more mobility than the other, and that's totally normal. Nice. Let's bring everything back down. Big toes together, knees wide as your mats. Shift the hips back and walk the hands forward for child's pose or wide-legged child's pose. Let's gently bring the forehead down to your mat. Nice. Let's come back up, shift our torso forward, walk the hands up a little bit, bring the knees together, transition into Sphinx. So elbows under shoulders, fingers nice and wide, chest lifted and pulled forward, and then slight squeeze of your glutes to make sure not causing any undue pressure in your low back. Nice. Let's slide our hands back underneath the shoulders, come up onto the knees, shift the hips back, downward dog. Nothing too crazy this evening. Like I said, keeping it cozy, natural this evening. So just walking your legs out a little. Turning your head from side to side if you'd like. Finding a nice stretch in each side if you want. Just keeping it nice and easy. Beautiful. Gently lower the knees down. Swing the legs around. Come into a seated position with your legs straight out in front of you for staff pose. So we're going to put both hands on either side of our hips, pull our shoulders down and away from our ears. If you need to have a slight micro bend in the knees, that's totally okay. We're going to press the earth away as we lift the chest, crown of the head to the sky, really finding length. If you have really long arms, it's totally okay to have your elbows bent back. Beautiful. Gently undo that pressure you were giving into the earth. Shift your sit bones a little bit if you need. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Let's take a nice bend in the knees. We're going to tilt forward like we did earlier. And then as soon as you feel your hamstrings and low back start to say, nope, stop, then place your hands down into your forward fold. We have a nice bend in the knees tonight, though. We're not causing any undue strain or stress. Keeping everything cozy. And then let's tuck our chin into our chest and just letting our head hang to find an additional stretch in the back of the neck. Really nice. Let's gently rise back up. Nice and tall. We're going to shift our booty down a little bit and come back to lay on our backs on our mats. Let's hug the knees into the chest for Apanasana. Rock back and forth. Bring the soles of the feet back to the earth. Set up for bridge, so feet slightly wider than hip width. Tailbone tucked or pulled up to the sky. Shoulders underneath. Chin tucked to your chest to find length in your cervical spine. Let's drive through your feet in order to lift your hips up. Clasp the hands underneath your sacrum. Really driving everything up. Finding height in this posture. Squeezing those thighs to midline. Holding. Beautiful. Exhale. Slowly lower. One vertebrae at a time. Back down. Tailbone last to touch. Hugging your knees into your chest again. And grab the outside of the right foot as you extend your left leg for a happy baby on this right side. Driving that heel to the sky as you pull your foot down and away. Straighten through your right leg if you'd like, or if you want to stay here, that's okay too. Switching sides, extending the right leg, grabbing the outside of the left foot, single leg happy baby on this left side. Really pulling that foot down to the earth gently as you counterbalance it by pulling to the sky. Extending the leg if you wish. Really opening up. Or choosing to stay where you are. Neither is better than the other. Nice. Gently release. Let's bring both soles of the feet to the ground. Kind of windshield wiper the knees. Back and forth. Just releasing any undue tension you might have in that low back. Extend both legs out in front of you as we set up for corpse pose or shavasana. You feel free to grab a blanket or pillows. You may place them under your knees or under your head. So we just find comfort, focus on the breath, turning the volume down in our mind. Just listening to our inhale and exhale. Just start to wake everything back up. Rocking your head side to side, wiggling your hips and fingers. Let's roll to one side, or if you'd like, just gently rise up to a seated posture. Hands placed gently on the knees, right at your heart space. One nice inhale, and exhale through the nose. Thank you so much for practicing and spending some of this nice warm and toasty, cozy time together. I'm really hoping that you guys enjoyed this little different space that we had tonight. I know I did. So please, I hope this gives you some rest and mindfulness at the end of your day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, I love you.